Take a deep breath right now. Feel the life moving through your body, the air nourishing every cell, the gentle rhythm of your heart. This is your reminder. You are already connected to everything you've ever desired. The universe has heard every thought, every whisper of your soul, and it is working in your favor right now. Your only job is simple. Relax into the feeling of having it, because everything you've imagined is already yours. Desire is not just a fleeting thought or a random wish. It is the language of your soul speaking to you. Every desire that rises within you is evidence of something greater. It is proof that what you want is possible. The universe does not place ideas or dreams in your mind without also providing the means to achieve them. That is the beauty of life's design. If you can imagine it, if you can feel it, then it already exists in the realm of possibility, waiting for you to claim it. Think about this for a moment. Where do your desires come from? They are not accidents. They do not appear in isolation. They come because you are ready to expand, to grow, to experience life in a fuller way. Each desire you hold is like a seed. It already contains within it everything needed to become a tree. The seed does not doubt whether it will grow. It simply rests in the soil and allows the process of life to unfold. In the same way, your desires hold the blueprint of their own fulfillment. They carry the energy of what they are meant to become. The simple fact that you want something is your evidence that it is meant for you. You would not feel the pull toward it if it were impossible. You would not imagine yourself living that dream home, traveling to that destination, or experiencing that love if we're not aligned with your path. Desire is the universe whispering, "This is available for you. Will you allow it?" So often, we sabotage ourselves by doubting. We say things like, "It's too much, it's too far, it's not realistic." And in those moments, we are arguing with possibility. But what if, instead of doubting, you started affirming, "If I can desire it, I can create it." But everything you see around you today, every building, every invention, every piece of technology, once lived only in someone's imagination. The airplane was a desire before it became a reality. The internet was an idea before it connected the world. The life you are dreaming of is no different. It starts as an inner vision, then becomes a physical experience. The bridge between desire and reality is your belief. When you believe, you stop questioning whether it can happen and start asking how you can align with it. Desire is not a sign of lack. It is a sign of abundance. It means you are ready for more. It means you have expanded beyond where you are. And that is the purpose of life, to grow, to experience new levels of joy, love, and prosperity. So when you feel a desire stirring within you, do not push it away. Do not judge it as too big or too bold. Instead, thank it. Thank life for guiding you towards something greater. Thank your inner self for reminding you that you are capable of more than you have ever imagined. The next time a desire comes to you, sit with it. Close your eyes and feel what it would be like to have it right now. Let that feeling wash over you. The mind creates through feeling, and the stronger the emotion, the faster the manifestation. Your imagination is a tool, a sacred gift, that allows you to live in the energy of what you want before it shows up in the physical world. When you stay in that feeling of already having it, you become a match for it, and life begins to rearrange itself to bring it to you. So remember this truth. Your desires are not random. They are not out of reach. They are not impossible. They are divine invitations to step into a bigger, more beautiful version of yourself. Each one is proof that you are meant for more, that you are capable, that life loves you enough to expand through you. Trust that. Believe that. And most importantly, relax into the knowing that if you can imagine it, you can experience it. Everything you've ever desired is not just a dream. It is a possibility. And possibility is the first step to reality. The greatest obstacle between you and the life you want is the need to control everything. We live in a world that praises effort, strategy, and constant doing, so it feels natural to believe that if we can just plan every step, force every outcome, and control every detail, everything will work out. But the truth is the opposite. The more you try to control, the more resistance you create. Control is born from fear. The fear that if you let go, things will fall apart. Yet letting go is the very thing that allows life to align in ways far better than you could ever plan. When you cling to control, you shrink your world. You tell yourself that only your way, your timing, and your plan can work. But the universe is infinite in intelligence and creativity. It sees paths that you cannot see. It opens doors that you didn't even know existed. When you try to control, you block those doors. You trap yourself in a small box of what you think is possible, while the universe is trying to give you more than you've asked for. Think about moments in your life when something unexpectedly wonderful happened, when an opportunity appeared out of nowhere, when you met someone by chance, when a situation worked out without you forcing it. That is the magic of surrender. That is life showing you what happens when you loosen your grip and allow things to flow. Control is like holding your breath. Surrender is like breathing deeply and letting oxygen fill your body. One creates tension, the other creates life. The need to control is rooted in the belief that you are alone, that everything depends on you. But you are never alone. There is an intelligence that beats your heart, that moves the planets, that grows the trees. That same intelligence is guiding your life. When you release control, you are not giving up. You are allowing that intelligence to work through you. You are saying, I trust that life knows what I need even more than I do. And when you trust, you open the space for miracles to occur. Releasing control does not mean doing nothing. It means doing what feels aligned and inspired, and then letting go of the outcome. It means taking the next right step without obsessing over the final result. You do not need to know how everything will happen. You only need to know the next step, and the next step will always reveal itself. Life unfolds in perfect timing when you are present instead of anxious. When you control, you live in fear. You believe that if you stop pushing, everything will fall apart. But control never creates peace, it creates exhaustion. Have you ever noticed how tightly you hold your body when you're trying to control everything? Your shoulders tense, your breath becomes shallow, your mind races. That is resistance, and resistance blocks the very things you want. When you relax, you allow energy to move freely. You allow solutions to appear. You allow the right people, opportunities, and experiences to find you. Letting go requires trust. Trust that what is meant for you cannot miss you. Trust that delays are not denials. They are redirections to something better. Trust that everything is unfolding for your highest good, even if you cannot see it right now. Life is always working behind the scenes, rearranging circumstances in your favor. When something doesn't happen the way you planned, it does not mean it's not happening. It often means something greater is being prepared. Imagine standing in a river, trying to push the water upstream. That is what control feels like. It is exhausting, frustrating, and endless. Now imagine letting go and allowing the current to carry you. You still move forward, but with ease, with grace, and with speed. That is surrender. You are still in motion, but now you are flowing with life instead of fighting against it. The next time you feel the urge to control, pause. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, I don't need to force this. Life knows what it's doing. I am supported. Feel the relief that comes from releasing the weight of control. You were never meant to carry it all. The moment you let go, space opens for everything you've been asking for to come rushing in, easily, naturally, and beautifully. Everything you desire begins with a feeling. Before it becomes reality, it must first exist within you. This is why stepping into the feeling now is the most powerful thing you can do. Most people believe they will feel happy, abundant, or free only when they achieve their goals, when the relationship arrives, when the money is in the bank, or when life finally looks the way they imagined. But the truth is the opposite. The feeling must come first. The outer world is only a mirror of the inner world. What you feel inside is what you will eventually see outside. If you want love, you must feel love now. If you want wealth, you must feel abundant now. If you want peace, you must create peace within yourself right now. Waiting for external conditions to change before you allow yourself to feel good keeps you stuck in an endless cycle of waiting. Life responds to who you are being, not to what you are wanting. The frequency you send out through your emotions determines what you attract back to you. That is why stepping into the feeling now changes everything. Take a moment and think about the life you want to create. Picture it clearly in your mind. Imagine the details, the colors, the sounds, the people, the places. Now go deeper. Ask yourself, how would I feel if this were already true? How would I feel if this dream was already my reality? Would I feel safe? Would I feel free? Would I feel joyful, powerful, grateful? Those feelings are your compass. They are the energy of the life you want. And the more you embody them now, the faster they become your experience. The mind creates through feeling. Your imagination is a tool to generate that feeling before anything has physically changed. When you close your eyes and allow yourself to feel as though it is already done, you activate the energy of that reality. You align yourself with it vibrationally. And the law of life is simple: what you match, you attract. Most people understand this concept intellectually, but forget to practice it because they believe circumstances must shift first. This is why they stay stuck. They keep waiting for the outside to change while holding the same emotions inside. Stepping into the feeling now does not mean pretending something that is not real. It means choosing to tune into a frequency that already exists within you. Every emotion you want to feel, love, abundance, peace, is available to you right now. It is not locked away in some future event. It is in your body, your breath, your awareness. You can choose it. You can create it intentionally. When you decide to feel abundant now, even before the money comes, you send a signal to the universe that abundance is your truth, and life mirrors that back to you. Ask yourself, how can I feel that feeling today? Maybe you want love. How can you give love right now? To yourself, to someone else, to life itself. Maybe you want success. How can you feel accomplished right now? By celebrating small wins, by appreciating what you have already created. When you cultivate the feeling now, you stop waiting and start living. You stop being dependent on external validation and start becoming the creator of your own reality. This practice requires presence. It asks you to take your attention away from lack, away from, it's not here yet, and into the richness of the present moment. You do not manifest from longing. You manifest from alignment. Longing keeps you in a state of separation, always looking for what is missing. Alignment comes from feeling it as though it is already done. That feeling tells your subconscious mind, this is my reality, and your subconscious begins to reorganize your beliefs and behaves your energy to make it true. So start now. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Imagine the life you desire, not as a distant dream, but as something that is already here. Feel the joy of it. Feel the relief, the gratitude, the freedom. Let those feelings expand through your body. Hold them for as long as you can. That is how you create momentum. That is how you draw your dream closer every single day. Not by chasing, not by forcing, but by being the version of yourself who already has it. When you master the art of feeling now, you no longer live in waiting. You live in trust. You live in creation. And slowly, beautifully, the outer world begins to reflect the inner state you have chosen. That is the secret. That is the key. Everything you desire is already available, but only to the version of you who feels it first. One of the greatest sources of stress and resistance in life is the pressure we put on ourselves about timing. We decide that things must happen by a certain date, that success should come by a specific age, that our goals should be achieved on our schedule. When that doesn't happen, we feel frustrated, anxious, and even unworthy. This is the illusion of control, the belief that we can dictate the exact timing of life. But the truth is, life has its own rhythm. There is a perfect timing for everything, and that timing rarely matches the one we set in our minds. When you hold on to rigid timelines, you create tension. You may start to feel like you're behind, like time is running out, like opportunities are slipping through your fingers. These feelings are not the truth. They are fear disguised as urgency. They pull you out of alignment and into desperation. And desperation never attracts what you want. It only creates more waiting, more struggle, more lack. Imagine a seed planted in the ground. It takes time to grow, time to break through the soil, time to bloom. You cannot dig it up every day to check its progress without harming its growth. The same is true for your dreams. They have a natural process, a gestation period, a divine order. Just because you cannot see the results yet does not mean nothing is happening. In fact, the most important growth happens underground, where you can't see it. Life is working on your behalf, arranging circumstances and opportunities. But when you pressure the timeline, you disturb that process. Dropping the timeline pressure is not about giving up on your goals. It's about releasing the anxiety attached to them. It's about trusting that what you desire is on its way, and that it will arrive when you are truly ready for it. Sometimes a delay is protection. Sometimes the extra time is preparing you, shaping you into the person who can fully receive and handle what you've asked for. What feels like waiting is often preparation. The pressure you put on yourself is usually born from comparison. You see someone else achieving what you want, and you think, I should be there by now. But life is not a race. There is no behind and no head. There is only your path, your journey, your divine timing. Comparison blinds you to the beauty of your own process. The truth is, everyone blooms at a different season. Just because your season hasn't arrived yet doesn't mean it won't. When you let go of timeline pressure, you feel lighter. You return to peace. You stop living from a place of lack and start living from trust. And trust is the key to manifestation. When you trust, you signal to life that you believe it's already done, that you are certain your desires are coming. That energy of certainty is magnetic. It draws what you want closer to you. On the other hand, when you cling to deadlines and demand results, you send out energy of fear and lack, which only delays the process. The universe works in divine order. There is a reason why some things take longer than others. Every detail, every connection, every lesson has to align for your highest good. If something is taking time, it's because something better is being arranged for you. Nothing is late. Nothing is missing. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. So take the weight of urgency off your shoulders. Stop asking, when will it happen? And start affirming, it is happening in perfect timing. Every day, focus on being present, on feeling good, on aligning with the energy of what you want. When you live in joy and trust, you speed up the process without even trying. Repeat this to yourself whenever impatience creeps in. I release the need to control time. I trust that what is mine will never miss me. Everything is arriving at the perfect moment. Let those words sink in. Feel the peace that comes when you drop the pressure and surrender to life's flow. The truth is, there is no rush. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be, and what you desire is already on its way, right on schedule. The journey to your desires is not always marked by grand events or dramatic shifts. More often, it is paved with small, subtle signs that whisper, "You're on the right path." These signs may seem insignificant at first. A random opportunity, a conversation that inspires you, a coincidence that feels too perfect to ignore. Yet these moments are not random. They are confirmations from life, reminders that your energy is aligning with what you've asked for. Learning to celebrate these small signs is one of the most powerful practices you can embrace because it keeps you in a state of faith, gratitude, and openness. Most people overlook these signs because they are focused only on the big outcome. They say, "I'll be happy when I get the job, when I find the relationship, when I have the money." But manifestation is not an on or off switch. It's a process. And the process begins long before the result shows up in physical form. The signs you see along the way are like breadcrumbs leading you to your destination. When you dismiss them as unimportant, you cut yourself off from the joy of the journey. When you celebrate them, you amplify the energy of receiving. Think about how life responds to appreciation. When you are grateful for something, you attract more of it. Gratitude multiplies blessings. The same principle applies to signs. When you notice and celebrate the small things, the synchronicities, the opportunities, the moments that feel aligned, you send out a message. So I see you. I appreciate you. I'm ready for more. That message attracts bigger and bigger manifestations into your reality. Celebrating small signs also strengthens your belief. It reminds you that your desires are not far away, they are already in motion. Let's say you want to manifest financial abundance. One day, you find money on the street or receive a small unexpected discount. These might seem minor compared to your ultimate goal, but they are evidence that abundance is flowing toward you. When you acknowledge that and say, "Thank you, universe," for this sign, you shift into the energy of trust instead of lack. The more you celebrate signs, the more signs you see. It's like tuning into a radio station. At first, the signal is faint, but as you focus on it, the frequency becomes clearer. Life is always communicating with you, but you must choose to listen. Every time you recognize a sign and celebrate it, you raise your vibration. You move from impatience to gratitude, from doubt to certainty. And certainty is the energy that draws your desires closer. Sometimes signs come in the form of ideas or inspiration. You may feel a sudden urge to take action, to call someone to try something new. These nudges are signs too. They are the universe guiding you step by step. When you celebrate those intuitive impulses and follow them, you align with your highest path. Other times, signs appear as numbers, symbols, or repeating patterns, things that catch your attention for a reason. Do not dismiss them as coincidences. There is no such thing as coincidence in a universe where everything is energy and everything is connected. Celebrating small signs is not about pretending the big result doesn't matter. It's about recognizing that the journey is as important as the destination. The joy you feel now is the energy that will create more joy later. If you wait to feel good until you have the big manifestation, you delay it. But when you feel good every time you notice a sign, you accelerate the process. Start practicing today. Make it a habit to say, "Thank you." Every time something aligns for you, no matter how small. Keep a journal of signs if it helps you stay aware. The more you appreciate, the more you receive. This is not magic. It's energy. Appreciation keeps you in a state of allowing. It tells life, I trust you. I believe in you. I'm ready for all the good things coming my way. So celebrate the signs. Celebrate the little wins, the small steps, the subtle hints that remind you your dream is alive and moving toward you. These are not just random events. They are proof that you are creating your reality, one vibration at a time. And when you live in that awareness, the big manifestation will not just arrive. It will feel like a natural extension of the joy you've been practicing all along. Your worth is not something you earn. It is something you were born with. From the moment you took your first breath, you were worthy of love, abundance, joy, and success. Yet somewhere along the way, life convinced you otherwise. You were taught that you had to prove yourself, work harder than everyone else, achieve certain goals, or meet certain standards to deserve what you want. That is the great illusion, because your worth has never depended on anything outside of you. It has always been within you, constant and unchanging. When you affirm your worth every day, you reconnect with that truth. You remind yourself that you are enough, not because of what you do or what you have, but because of who you are. This is the foundation of all manifestation. If you do not believe you are worthy of what you desire, you will unconsciously push it away. You can visualize every day, write affirmations, and make vision boards, but if deep inside you think, I'm not good enough, your energy will contradict your intentions. Everything you attract in life is a reflection of what you believe about yourself. If you believe you are unworthy, you will tolerate less than you deserve. Relationships that drain you, jobs that undervalue you, experiences that limit you. But when you believe you are worthy, you raise your standards. You stop settling. You start choosing differently because you know your value. And as soon as you shift your inner belief, life mirrors it back to you. Affirming your worth is not arrogant. It is self-respect. It is saying, I honor who I am. I honor my dreams. I honor the life that flows through me. It is choosing to speak to yourself with the same love and kindness you would offer someone you deeply care for. Unfortunately, most people do the opposite. They wake up and immediately start criticizing themselves. How they look, what they haven't achieved, what went wrong yesterday. These thoughts are powerful. They shape how you feel, and how you feel shapes what you attract. If you keep affirming lack, you will keep creating lack. That is why it is so important to start your day with affirmations of worth. Simple, powerful statements like, I am enough exactly as I am. I am worthy of love and abundance. I deserve good things simply because I exist. When you speak these words, you are reprogramming your mind. You are creating new pathways that align with your desires. Over time, those affirmations become your truth. Affirming your worth is also about action. It's about the choices you make every day. Are you saying yes when you want to say no? Are you overgiving to people who do not respect you? Are you accepting situations that drain your energy? Every time you do, you send a message to yourself that your worth is negotiable. But when you set boundaries, when you walk away from what doesn't honor you, when you prioritize your well-being, you affirm your worth without saying a word. The world will reflect back to you what you believe you deserve. If you keep doubting your value, life will give you more reasons to doubt. But when you own your worth, life begins to rise to meet you. Opportunities appear. People treat you with more respect. Doors open that were once closed. This is not magic. It is alignment. When you believe in yourself, you act differently. You carry yourself differently. You attract differently. Take a moment now and ask yourself, Where in my life have I been acting as if I am not enough? And then make a choice to stop. Replace those old beliefs with new ones. Look in the mirror every morning and remind yourself, I am more powerful than my fears. I am enough right now. I deserve everything good life has to offer. Repeat these words until they sink in. Speak them with love, even if they feel uncomfortable at first. Affirming your worth every day is not just a practice. It is a commitment to living in alignment with the truth of who you are. You are worthy because you are here. You are enough because you exist. Nothing and no one can take that away from you. When you truly believe this, life transforms because you finally stop chasing validation and start allowing abundance to flow to the person who always deserved it, you.